Sprint grooming or refinement, agile grooming or refinement. These words we would have heard much. Let's understand some factors here. Grooming was the word initially used. Later they found grooming doesn't look a good word. Let's go for refinement. So you can see more the refinement word is used. First, let's understand why it comes in. In a non-agile project, that is a well-planned project, we take a work, we plan it properly for maybe a month, a week, or some timeline. Then we start the work, which means I know some details clearly, at least 70-80% of the work I know. So I will start working. In between, I don't need to stop anywhere. Let's go to Agile project. In Agile, usually we pick Agile, the project which is a little complicated or complex, which you don't have a full clarity, where I cannot sit and elaborate the work properly. These are the works goes to Agile. We pick up a work in Agile way, but we don't sit and elaborate the work. So what happened here? I have to start with what I know. I know a little portion of the work, maybe 10 days, 15 days, or one release. I have some information. I'll start at it. But that's not the end goal, right? The end goal is I have to do a big product or something which I have to complete as a whole. Now, since the work started, my work started moving. My team is focusing on what they have to do every 10 days. But what happened to the next set of work upcoming in future? Somewhere we have to sit and talk. Somewhere we have to elaborate it. What do you have to elaborate? I have to understand the complexity. I have to understand if there is any risk or uncertainty. I have to understand if there is any dependency. The more I understand, better clarity I will have. But when I will do this? For this, in sprint or agile, what we say here is, we call it as a refinement. When my team is having a time box of 10 days where they have to sit and work on a current sprint goal, in this sprint, I will take a 10% of the time. Imagine a sprint is 2 weeks, hardly 10 days. In this 10 days, if I say 10%, it becomes 1 day, which is nothing but 8 working hours. So in a 10 days of time, the whole team will spend 8 working hours to talk about a work which is going to come in few weeks of time, few months of time. We will take that work, we'll refine it, we elaborate it, we understand it properly so that when that particular sprint comes, when that particular timeline comes, I am ready enough. I don't want to get a surprise close to the sprint. So every sprint or every iteration or iteration, my team will spend 8 hours, if it is 2 weeks, 8 hours of my time to talk about a work which is going to happen in the future. Now let's look at an example for this. Imagine I want to travel to one city to another city. Let's say in India, I want to go for Goa. Some family plan it well. We plan it at least 3 months before. So you book the hotel, we made a plan, we sit and talk on a dinner table, how to do, what to do. Much information is there. So while you travel in the car also, you will talk about something, you will keep traveling with the plan what you have. Now let's talk about another way of thinking. Suddenly 4 or 5 friends met together. They felt, let's go to Goa. It's one day, within a day they planned. They have a short plan. They know they have to go to Goa. They go by car or a flight, something. But only while traveling, they talk, okay, where to stay? Okay, second day in Goa, what to do? And the third day, what we'll do? So what is happening here is you are utilizing your travel time. You are utilizing some other timeline where you're doing your current work, plus also you're talking your future plan, what you want to do. So in Agile, what is happening here is you focus on your current work, plus also you talk about the future work. And this portion is called the grooming and refinement. Because of doing this, your risk of failure goes down. Your team gets the clarity of some of the complicated work, which you don't have clarity earlier. Only when you did a one sprint, you got a clarity. Because of that, you're grooming another set of work. So you got it as a progressive elaboration. So coming back to the point, grooming and refinement are common terminology in Agile and Sprint and Scrum. Why we use it is, since we cannot plan everything in advance, we started the work. When we started the work in between the sprints or iteration, we are spending some portion of our time to talk about what is the upcoming work. And that makes your team knowledgeable on an upcoming task from the backlog. So keep up your learning in Agile. Question to you is, do your company, your organization following this grooming and refinement? If they are not following, do you feel any difficulty when the sprint started without understanding the work? Good wishes. Keep rocking. Keep winning more.